Hi there, everyone. Today we are going to be doing a quick photo manipulation inside of Gimp. This is going to be a pretty quick tutorial. I just was messing around with some black and white photos, and I was coming up with different ways to make them look cool. So I just wanted to go ahead and share with you guys the way that I went ahead and accomplished this effect right here. I know it's been a little bit since I've done a Gimp tutorial, and I do apologize about that. I've been super busy work and stuff like that. So, but here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. This image I got for free on Pixabay. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Pixabay, if you guys ever use Pixabay, Pixabay is really awesome for finding free to use images in your photo manipulations. It's pretty awesome. I also got a deal that if you upload 10 of your own images, it'll go ahead and take away the ads and stuff on their site. But most of these are pretty much free to use on your commercial projects and all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't checked them out, check them out. They have some really, really high quality images on this site. And the image that I'm going to be using is this image right here. I really liked it. She's got some nice color hair and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and dive into this. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to open up the image. So let me go ahead and find it. And here we go. So the first thing let's go ahead and do is let's duplicate this layer. And we are going to go ahead and right click, and we're going to click add alpha channel to this, and we're going to go up here to colors, and we're going to go to desaturate, and I'm going to desaturate this by the luminosity. There's also other ways you could do this. You could create another layer and make it black and stuff like that, but we're going to just go ahead and do it like this. So let's press OK, and the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to duplicate this image again, and I should have duplicated it before I turned it black and white, but that's okay. Let's just add an alpha channel here, and let's add an alpha channel to this just in case we want to duplicate it again. And let's go ahead and bring this up above the black and white image, and we're going to go ahead and blow this image out a little bit. So we're going to go to color, and we're going to go to curve, just like that. And I'm going to take this bottom from the value channel, and I'm just going to bring that guy in just a little bit there. And up top, I'm going to bring it in some right here. And then we're going to go do that to the red and blue and green channel also. Just like that. So bring these guys in. Green in a little bit, and let's go to blue and let's do the same thing. A little bit more blue, just like that, and press OK. So if we turn off the eyeball on this one, you can see that we've turned out the colors more. Now let's go up to colors, and go to brightness and contrast, and let's bring the brightness out quite a bit. Right there, let's set the contrast just a tad bit, not too much, and let's press OK. And let's go ahead and bring the black and white image up above that one now. Let's right click on this, and let's add a layer mask, and it's going to be white, full opacity. Let's go ahead and click add, and we are going to get a brush, and we want to use a soft brush for this. I'm going to attempt to use my tablet, but I've been having a lot of problems with Gimp in my tablet, and it's really frustrating to me because I can't get my work done right when I'm trying to fiddle with a piece of software. So I haven't been using Gimp that much here lately because of that. it really annoys me, and I can't get nothing done if I'm having to fiddle with trying to fix it and everything all the time. So I'm going to bring the size down here, and I'm going to switch my dynamics back to the one that I had made before, and let's go ahead and maybe raise the size up on that a little bit. And I'm just going to run through here, and I'm not going to do all the hair. I think it looks pretty cool with just some strands of the hair done. I really wanted to get the strands, like her bangs right here. I really wanted those to be in color, so I'm going to go ahead and color those in. And I mean, it's all up to you on your black and white images on what you want colored and what you don't want colored. I just think it makes it pop, and the color kind of brings you in towards her face, and that's the point of this image anyways, that I wanted to shed some, I wanted the focal point to be the face. So with the hair being the one that has the color, you will focus on the face. At least I do anyways. Maybe my eyeballs are weird. So I'm just running through this fairly quickly. Like I said, this is a very quick effect, but I just wanted to share with you guys how I did this effect and how I achieved it. So let's just go ahead and color in some more. I'm going to go ahead and come in here, and I'm going to go really close to her eyeballs, and we're going to pop out color in her eyes, just like that. And now we are going to zoom out. Oops. A little bit too far. And we are going to go ahead and let's go ahead and zoom in on rocks here. And I wanted to color the rocks just to, like I said, just kind of to pose it into her body. That way the main focal length is her. And that's really annoying. But this is a super large image, so. And you don't have to color all this in. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and Control Z this. And I'm going to lower the opacity down on the brush to about, I don't know, let's say about 39%. And let's go ahead and color it in. I just want to bring a little bit of color out on these rocks. So it's just getting a little bit too much. And you don't have to worry about the edges on this image, or I mean, you can if you want to. If you guys go ahead and download the same image and use it. But I'm not too worried about it. It's not too noticeable in this particular image here. You might want to go through, if you got different images, you could make these look cool. I could also just left the background and all that stuff black or white and just color her in. But I wanted to be a little bit different on this image, and you see a lot of these around the internet, these black and white photos that have some color in them and no color in them. So, but it's a pretty cool effect. I just lowered the opacity there a little bit, and I'm going to bring out some of this color here in the background. Not too much, but I'm going to bring out some of it. And I also have the opacity and the flow and stuff in my tablet pen settings. So I'm surprised they're still working. Like I said, I've been having, I don't know if any of you guys watched any of my past couple of live streams or not. If you haven't, go check them out. They're pretty cool. Got some cool information on some things that I'm going to be working on and stuff like that. So, and I also do some hair texturing and stuff like that if you want to learn how to make some cool looking hair inside of Gimp. I did everything inside of Gimp. Just going to fade some of this hair out here. Get rid of some of these harsh lines. When you zoom in, you kind of tell. And see about images, most people, they're not going to be zoomed way in here. They're not going to be way up in here looking at your image. Most people, when they see your images, they see it from afar. So some of these small flaw details and stuff like that is not really that big of a deal. Like I said, not many people is going to get in here inspecting your photo like this. Now, if you're trying to do a portfolio or something like that, then I'd make sure everything was perfect, because your employers are probably going to be inspecting your images and stuff like that, and they don't want to see no flaws in there because they want it perfect in most cases anyways. But like I said, I'm just fading this hair, these harsh lines out just a tad bit, and I'm using my pen for this. You could use a mouse too or whatever. You just got to play with your opacity and stuff like that. And make sure you have a soft brush. And then it will be good. Come on, zoom out. So, and the reason why I brung out, this is the reason why I brung the contrast and stuff out in this image, is because I wanted her hair to be a bright color. That way it pops more in this image. And that's pretty much it for this effect. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and do a dodge and burn layer real quick, just to make some of this rim light pop out and some of her highlights and stuff on her dress and her knees and stuff pop out. And then I will show you how I went about making her look oval. So I did a little bit more color in this one than I did that one, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and create a new layer. Press OK. And let's go ahead and come over here to our color picker. Come on now. Pop up there. To our color picker, and let's come to this black and white value here, and let's type 50. Press enter and press OK. That's for 50% gray. Let's drag and drop that on that layer just like that. Let's set this layer to overlay. And you could do this with black and white, but I like using dodge and burn. It's a little bit more non-destructive. And I'm going to lower the exposure down to about 13 or so, and I'm going to lower the opacity to about the same. And we're going to be working with dodge first, and dodge just brings out the white. So let me go ahead and zoom in pretty close here, and let's go ahead and that's way too close. Zoom out some. I'm not sure why I'm in that close. Go ahead and look at some of these highlights on her neck here and on her chest, just to get these to pop out a little bit. And this is a real subtle effect that I lowered the exposure, and we're also on the mid-tones too. So, and the opacity, that way it's really non-destructive, because if I had everything at 100% opacity and its exposure back on 50%, it just will make it'll be too bright. And we want to work in low opacities and work the effect up to what we want it to look like. And like I said, this is a subtle change. So if I turn that on, off, you'll see that it's popping out in highlights there in the image. So I'm going to get a little bit on the forehead here and some on her nose. And let's raise the size of that lower. And down here. Just like this. And the longer you spin on your image doing the dodge and burn, the better you could make your image look. Actually, let's move into burn, and let's move that to shadows. And let's go ahead and zoom back in, and let's get some of these dark areas here. So that's working. Yeah, it's working. Just going to run through this pretty quick. Just darken some of these areas here on this photo. All right, so let's go ahead and come up here. You can come to image and then, or what is it, layer, new from visible. I got the Control Shift Alt E, that is the Photoshop. That is a Photoshop shortcut. It's just easier for me to remember that because I was using Photoshop for a long time before I started using GIMP. Let's go ahead and let's hold down Shift and click this eyeball to turn off all the rest of the eyeballs. And we are going to go ahead and zoom out just a tad bit. We're going to grab our elliptical select tool, ellipse select tool. And normally I have mine at a fixed aspect ratio, 1:1, but I'm going to uncheck that for right now for doing this. And I didn't want to do that, but that works. And let's just go ahead and drag this in. And I'm going to drag this down a little bit because I want to make a border around this. So I don't want to, and I want to grow the selection. So I don't want to, well, I switched over to my mouse. I apologize. But like I said, I want to make a border. So I want to keep these tops down a little bit low. That way I can grow the selection. We can make a decent border. And that looks good to me. So I'm going to press Control I to invert that selection. And I'm going to press delete. Just like that. And I'm going to press Control Shift A to deselect. I know you guys can't see my selections. That's another bug that I've noticed inside of GIMP. My selections go away. And then we're going to go ahead and, actually, I could have left that selected. I'm going to hold down Alt and click, and it should make a selection there. Control I to invert that selection. And fill that in with white. Yep. So, and then let's press Control I again to invert it. And let's go ahead and let's create a new layer. And let's grab our gradient tool. And let's set this to radial. And let's make this to the foreground transparency. And let's flip this. just like that. And let's put this on multiply, and let's lower the opacity. All right, that should be good. Let's go ahead and go to select, and let's go to grow, and 20. Let's do like 35. Press OK, and let's go ahead and press Control I, and let's press delete again. Oops, Control Z that. Let's go to this layer, and let's make sure we press delete. Control Z that. Let's Control I that. Let's make sure we do that, and now let's press delete. And there you go. And now you got transparency here. So all you want to do is file, export as, and I'll leave it its original name. I'll make it a PNG, and click on export, and all the defaults are fine. You can go ahead and export that. It's being super slow at the moment. And there you go. And that's a pretty cool looking image in my opinion. Let's go ahead and let's see, we got the PNG here. And there you go. That's what it'll look like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and please like and subscribe for tons more tutorials, and keep a lookout for a discussion video coming out pretty soon. I appreciate it. Thank you.